Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is all about war games and helping you guys get the most out of it. Hopefully this will help get you up to that Octane tier if you're not already there. If you're watching this later in the season, that's fine. These tips will still help you get through this event. Two things to start. The first one is looking at your opponent. If you can see that their tier is a bit too high, you can always back out, go back in and try and get an easier opponent if that's the way that you want to do things. Second of all is go into your deck, hit autofill, make sure that your best cards are selected. You may have to do this a few times throughout the event if you are collecting and upgrading cards in the meantime. The first thing I want to show you is if you do start the match with a super move, a really easy way to get the best out of it, especially if you do have one of those tokens off the board for double points. Hit your super move first, put someone in each ring, because those points are going to double and they double for the entire match. The one thing that you do want to look out for though is making sure that you don't end up in a 3-on-1 situation. So if you can see that they are stacking one side, hover over it with that last one, drop it in at the last second just in case they change their mind. Obviously it doesn't happen every single time, but just one of those safeguards if they do. Now it doesn't matter if they have a 2-on-1 situation, because that card with the super move will beat them. This way you're going to maximize your points because you're taking all 3 rings each time. Now with the second and third round, you're just filling those extra slots, especially just the ones you only had one card in to start with. One really good thing that you can do if you have a few cards that aren't at 100 matches yet, you can have these ones just going into these matches and starting to build things up for them. And since you can't lose, you may as well just throw them in there and build those matches up as you go. But since you can't lose this one, I'll just skip quickly to the end of this match. And there you have it, total domination with the super move, 81 points for the match. Again, if you do have that double point active, that's 162 points you put on the board straight away there. But of course you don't always have that super move available, so getting the most out of each match is still not really that difficult. What you want to do is, rather than trying to control all 3 rings at once, just concentrate on one at a time. You can use the special stat bonus there, like this one has the up arrows, so if you match the up arrows to it, they'll get an extra 5% to all stats. So I put those 2 in there. What you do have to watch out for is where the AI is placing their cards. Sometimes they will try and stack 3 cards against you, so hold that very last card until the last second and drop it in. So if they do have 3 cards against you, they don't have time to move it, and you can completely dominate that ring. You don't have to go back and worry about it. If your cards are good enough, it doesn't really make much of a difference. We've got 3 in there. We know what we're doing. You just got to keep an eye on the stats there just to make sure they don't get too damaged. The next one we're going to do is we're going to take on these 2 cards, because if we do beat them, then they can't do anything else with that particular ring. So we want to make sure that we match the stats so that we know that we're going to win those matches. Drop that 3rd one in there. And what you can do with that last ring, just keep an eye on it. If they only keep 1 card in there and you can beat them, challenge them, take that ring then. Otherwise, just save it. You also have your little assist cards there just to the right of the deck. You can put them in the slots below the cards just for extra bonuses along the way if you want to do that. If you're just a little bit short of one of the cards, that can be the difference between beating it and not. The one thing that I try and avoid is using your little match bonuses that you do get where you can revive or swap cards out. Only use them if you absolutely have to. If you've made a mistake somewhere and you have lost one of the rings, sometimes you might need that just to get that extra bit of a win at the end there. As a free-to-play player, you really want to grind this event out as much as possible. There is an Octane card available in this event, even if you're only at Extinction Tier, so that can be the difference between you getting to that next tier or not. For me, I only need the Papa Shango Extinction card to make another pro, and that will get me all the way up to Octane Tier just a little over a week into the season, which isn't too bad considering I haven't spent any money whatsoever to get there. So I'll be grinding this out all day long, hopefully get there today, get up to that Octane Tier. I'm not sure if it'll let me get the Santos Escobar card for this event, but that doesn't matter. I'll still get to Octane Tier regardless. Hope these tips really help you guys out. So get grinding, get up to that next tier. Don't forget to like and sub. You guys know the deal. There's plenty more to come. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.